What's up, everybody? It's Goose. These nannies right here are getting ready to kid in the next few days, so I just wanted to talk a little bit about how you can tell when they're ready to kid. Nancy right here, she's not quite ready. She'll probably kid in the next 3 days. But Luann right here, this is my herd queen. This is actually my original goat. She's a pygmy goat. But she is getting ready to kid, and they're best friends, and she's beating Nancy. Hey, would you stop that? Being mean to little Nancy. Yeah, she's a little hormonal. They're best friends. She usually doesn't beat up on Nancy, but you can see right now she's being a butthead. But the easiest way for me to tell they're about to kid is when they isolate themselves. She's been in this barn by herself all day, and she's healthy. She stays pretty healthy. I've checked her eyes and made sure, which I know she's about to kid, so I know that's what it is. Sometimes when they isolate themselves, they can be sick, but in this case, she's getting ready to kid. She's been hanging out in this barn all by herself. It's hard to tell on camera, but when they get ready to kid, their belly kind of sinks. It drops down. The kids are getting in position to come out, and then she's not quit making noises. You know, they yell at me and holler at me anyway, but she's making this making these noises every few seconds. She just keeps on. That's not typical of her. She's uncomfortable right now. She's getting ready to go into labor. But yeah, she's just been in here hanging out by herself all day long. I haven't seen her out eating at all. Which it rained all day yesterday, so she should be out eating. Everybody else is out eating. If she wasn't getting ready to have kids, she would be out grazing right now. But yeah, she's getting ready. You can tell she's just really uncomfortable. That's why she's just standing here making noises. Other ways you can tell is the discharge, which she doesn't have a whole lot of discharge, but she does have a little bit. And also she's not a good example. She's so fluffy. Their udder gets really tight. Nancy's a better example. You see how she doesn't have a real big udder, so she's not the best example. But her udder's full. It's getting tight. It could get a little tighter. She'll probably go another 2 days, but you can see she has discharge too. She's getting ready. It's not quite there, but yeah. In my opinion, that's the easiest way to tell. They isolate themselves. They get up, they lay down, get up, lay down, move around, scratch their side with their horns. Trying to get the babies in position. But this is how I usually know. Goat's not eating, it's hanging out by itself. Seems really uncomfortable. That's how I'm able to tell. And I do record when they're bred. If I see them get bred, I do write it down in my calendar, which makes it a lot easier. So that way I know about when they're going to kid anyway, whether I see the signs or not. If I record it in my calendar, I know they're going to kid between 145 and 155 days later. They typically don't go 155 days, but they can. Typically it's around 150, somewhere within a few days of 150 days is what they typically do. But yeah, I wrote down quite a few of these goats out here, so I know about when they're going to kid. Some of them aren't due for another 2 weeks, but these two are heavy bred, fixing a kid, and this is how you tell. Just lounging around, complaining, looking uncomfortable, like any other animal going into labor. But that's all. I've talked enough. I just wanted to sit out here for a few minutes so y'all can see how she's acting. Like I said, they usually don't sit there and bawl every few seconds. She's just uncomfortable. But hopefully she'll drop some kids here soon. She's, I don't know, they'll trick you sometimes. Sometimes it's hard to tell. But she's not actually in labor yet. You know, she's not trying to push anything out. She's not having contractions. So she might not have these kids till midnight or 5 in the morning. Who knows? The weather's good, so I'm not too worried about her having them at night or anything. I would rather her have them during the day so I can check on them and make sure they're good. But we don't get to decide. The goats drop them whenever they want to, and I deal with it. Alright, that's all. I'll see y'all later. Goose out.